Hello, and welcome to today's League of Legends Roundup. The video may look a bit scuffed, and that's because I'm trying to change the brightness, because last week when I did a video at this time, it looked awful. This time it may look worse, who knows. But to stay true to the whole not changing how I'm doing things as I go along, one take videos, that's what this is. So, the roundup, we're going to cover the games that took place today. The LEC just finished up, and then we're going to get into the sneak peek for tomorrow, all four regions. If you would like to make predictions during the sneak peek, for the sneak peek for that matter, go to the Discord. That will be in the description. I also have a Patreon link in the description. I would like you to follow along with that if you're interested in esports betting. I will be starting that up within the next week or so. If you just don't go to it, because I do not want people to commit to $30 a month until the beginning of the month, so August 1st. If you are feeling generous, I'm not going to stop you. But for the next week, I'm going to be posting public posts where everybody can see my picks. So if I am swinging and missing and striking out, you do not have to worry about it. This is coming up because I just made somebody like $2,500 this past week, I guess. So apparently I might be decent at this. The last few days I think like 11-5 in my picks, so that's pretty good. I will obviously be completely transparent throughout the process. I know I'm not perfect, so if you would like to just follow along with that for the next week, and if it's something you want to get into, you can support me there. Or just whatever. I guess that's the new thing today. So, roundup. LCK, Gen G, and Sandbox started us off. Gen G 9-1, Sandbox 7-3, Gen G 1-2-0. Ruler 18-7-9, 36% of the team's damage. Chovy 11-7-9 in mid. Prince led the way for Sandbox 11-5-11, 29% of the team's damage. DRX and Damwon 5th in the power rankings. By the way, Sandbox 12th, Gen G 4th. If you missed my power rankings, those came out yesterday. DRX are 6-5, Damwon 8-3. DRX 2-1 upset Damwon. Pioshik 13-6-20 in the jungle. Kingen 6-4-10 in top lane, leading the way with 29% of the team's damage. Duckdom 11-8-8 for Damwon. Doran ends up being the star top laner. Pioshik in the jungle. Chovy, Ruler at mid and AD carry, and Beryl was the star support. He even played a Senna, as Deft played Yasuo in Game 1 for DRX. In the LPL, Weibo 16th, Thundertalk 11th. In my power rankings, Weibo 6-4, Thundertalk 4-5. Weibo would win 2-1, the Shy going 18-10-16 in top lane. 31% of the team's damage. Wanfeng 11-8-20 at AD carry. Kepler was the star for Thundertalk, going 14-8-14 at AD carry. Thundertalk, this was their toughest game left. The rest of the way, I would like to think that they could win out, going 10-6. Feasibly, I think the rest of their schedule is pretty easy, so we'll see how it goes. Victory 5 in LNG, Victory 5 2-0 LNG, despite Carson not being in the lineup. Yesterday I had Carson as the player to watch, and Zhao Lao Bao ended up playing. He would go 13-6-21 in the jungle for Victory 5. Bodic 11-9-25 with 32% of the team's damage. Light was the star for LNG, going 14-8-8 with 34% of LNG's damage. The stars, it was the Shy and then Victory 5. Pretty much. Cut and dry as Victory 5 continue to be first in my power rankings. LNG 25th, this would knock them out. LEC, BDS and SK, BDS 2-7, SK 3-6, SK win, Jezu 5-0-5, Certus 2-1-6 with 33% of the team's damage. Nuclear Ent had 2 kills for BDS, going 2-1-1. XL versus Misfits, Misfits on a roll, XL on a tumble, XL overcome the roll, the snowball Misfits was forming. Finn went 6-1-5, 33% of the team's damage. Nuke Duck 5-2-10 in mid on a Talia, I believe. Irrelevant 3-5-4 in top lane for Misfits with 28% of the team's damage. Vitality and Mad Lions. Mad Lions come out ahead. Unforgiven 6-1 and Unforgiven 7-1-6, 33% of the team's damage. Elyoya 5-0-7 in the jungle. Perks 1-3-0 for Vitality. I believe they only had 3 kills as they got completely blown out by Mad Lions. G2 and Astralis. G2 win after, I mean, they could have lost this game. Like, G2 are really playing on a knife's edge right now. This game ended up being 10-10 in kills, and they backdoored to win. Yankos 4-1-3, 70% KP. Broken Blade 1-2-2 with 36% of the team's damage. Xerxes went 5-3-2 for Astralis with half of the team's kills. Rogue versus Fnatic. Rogue would end up winning, going on to 8-2. Larson 7-0-10 with 31% of the team's damage. Otawamne 4-2-6 in top. An upset for Fnatic went 4-3-3. The stars of the day, Finn, like I said, Elyoya, Larson, Comp, and Kaiser. Kaiser, I believe, went 0-15. Comp had a ton of damage for Rogue. I want to say like 800 damage per minute, which was definitely way better than everybody else in the 80 carry role. So that's why I gave it to him. There's a lot of damage in this game. Those damage stats, I mean, it's going to really affect the top performers of the week. It really is. So that's it for today's games in these three regions. Now on to the preview for tomorrow. Okay, now for the sneak peek. LPL, LCK, LEC, and LCS. A lot of games tomorrow, so if you have participated in the predictions, it's a good day to predict, to put yourself in the standings. I mean, move you up in the standings. If you haven't predicted yet, if you predicted all these games and got half of them right, you would end up on the scoreboard as well. A lot of people only predicted once or twice, so they only have like a handful of points. I also have a column for win percentage, so if you want to be prideful about a winning percentage instead of points total, that's fine too. LPL, Team Wii versus IG. We have the Toilet Bowl. Team Wii 0-9, IG 1-9. Anyone's Legend beat Team Wii the last time they were on the Rift 2-0. JDG beat IG 2-1. Week 8, Day 4, Team Wii beat IG 2-1. Zing went 15-5-8 in that series. We're going to watch Jing versus An. An was not the AD carry at the time, I do not believe. I believe it was Wink and Jin Lao at the time. Jin Lu. So we'll see how An and Wink at AD carry and support fare against Zing in this one. It was Zing and Kadaya, and now it's Jing and Heal for tomorrow. At least to start us out. JDG versus BLG. JDG 10-1, second in the power rankings. BLG 4-7. JDG beat IG 2-1, like I said. BLG lost to RNG 2-0. Week 6, Day 7, BLG 1-2-1, and that BLG lineup is no longer except Crisp. Bin is now in top lane. Khan is in jungle. Icon's playing for Fofo, so Fofo's 11-5-16 in that matchup when they beat JDG the last time. And then it's Rise and Crisp and Bot instead of Doggo and Crisp. I'm watching 369 versus Bin, though. At this point, BLG needs to win out, probably. So they need to win this. This is a big one that they need to take, and Bin is the guy. He's supposed to be the man, and he's going to have to do that against 369. RMG versus EDG, 6th and 7th in the power rankings. BLG lost to RNG, like I said, 2-0. LGD would lose to EDG the last time EDG was on the Rift 2-0. Week 7, Day 5 was the last time they played. RNG winning 2-1. Xiaohu went 19-5-19. Xiaohu versus Scout, two very elite mid laners. I said this the last time that I believe Scout was playing like Knight last week. I think it was EDG versus Top. When there's a matchup like this, you have to acknowledge it as being like, an elite matchup. You got to watch it. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we get a 3-game series. LCK, Fred Brian and T1, opposite records. One 1-10, the other 10-1. Fred Brian lost to DRX 2-1. T1 beat Kwangdong 2-1 yesterday. Week 4, Day 5 was the last time they played in summer. T1 winning 2-0. Zayas went 9-2-20. We're going to watch Delight versus Carrier. Carrier dumpstered Delight last time on a Lee Sin support. So we'll see if Fred Brian allow that to happen again. I want to see how the bot lane responds to the disrespect the last time around. KT versus Nongshim. KT 15th in my power rankings now at 6-5. Nongshim 2-9. KT beat HLE 2-0 earlier in the week, sorry. Nongshim lost to Damwon 2-0. Week 4, day 1 was the last time they played. KT winning 2-1, aiming 17-6-17 in that series. Aiming versus Ghost is what we want to see. Ghost needs to perform. Nongshim season's pretty much over. And at this point, it's for your own pride, for an opportunity to play in the region next year on a team that's decent. I believe Nongshim should just tear it down. So put some tape out there, win a game against one of the better bot lanes in the LCK, I believe, this split in aiming and life. LEC, BDS versus Astralis. I'm not even putting who they played because I just went over that 5 minutes ago. But BDS 2-8, Astralis 4-6. Week 1, day 2 is when they played. Astralis won. Xerxes went 3-0-7. Xerxes versus Syncroft is what we want to see. Everything goes through Syncroft for BDS. Xerxes has been the guy for Astralis. He had half the team's kills today against G2, so we'll see if he continues to play hot. Damn it. SK versus Mad Lions. Mad 7-3, SK 4-6. Week 1, day 2 is when the last time they played. Mad Lions won, Unforgiven 6-7. Let's watch Gen and X and Armut in the top lane. I did write these players to watch before the games today, but either way, I really don't think Certus and Jezu and Unforgiven both played very well today, so I guess you could argue that maybe you want to watch that. But I feel like a lot still goes through Gen and X and top lane for SK if they want to be successful. And Armut is a player that can do a little bit of everything for Mad Lions. Play tanks, play carries, does what he has to do. Misfits and Vitality, 2 teams that lost today. Week 1, day 2 when they played. Vitality won. Perks went 8-2-11. Perks versus Vethio is what I want to watch. Everything goes through Vethio for Misfits, whether they want to win or lose. If they want to lose, they won't win through him. Pick for him, try and give him, jungle proximity, gank his lane, things like that. They have to give Vethio ahead if they want to win. Perks was not all that impactful against Mad Lions. I believe like I said, he had 1 kill. The team really struggled, and if they want to be even in contention for that 4th world spot, they have to play a hell of a lot better. Rogue versus G2. Rogue 8-2, G2 5-5, both 14th and 18th in my power rankings. Week 1, day 2, G2 won. Broken Blade went 5-1-10. I want to see Trimby and Targamas play. 2 supports, younger supports, trying to make names for themselves, affecting that bot lane in a big way. Broken Blade and Odo, I feel like are 2 very different players. Yankos and Malrang are very similar to watch. I think Caps definitely has the edge over Larson. So Targamas versus Trimby is what I want to see. Who does more to try and affect the Rift and get their team ahead? Fnatic and XL, both 6-4. Week 1, day 2, XL would beat Fnatic. Patrick went 8-1-6. Upset versus Patrick is what I want to watch. They have to stop picking upset odd picks. They need to play more meta. I believe they picked a Draven again today. They just need to stop doing stuff like that, as far as I'm concerned. Or maybe Rogue picked. Did they pick the Caitlyn for upset? Where's that board? Yeah, I believe they did. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's where their problem lies. LCS, Dignitas versus C9. Dig, 2-7. C9, 4-5. Dig would play Golden Guardians last time around, and they lost. C9 lost to Immortals in a massive upset last time they played. Week 2, day 1 in spring, C9 won. Blabber is the only player remaining from that team. Blabber went 5-2-3. We're watching River versus Blabber. That was wrong, actually. There are obviously players remaining from that team. Nevertheless, it's River versus Blabber. Similar to the Syncroft situation with BDS, Dignitas live and die by River. So if they want to live, River needs to play well in the jungle. TL versus Immortals. TL 20th, coming off of a loss to EG. Immortals coming off of that big win against C9, 2-7. They played on opening day. Bwipo went 7-0-4 on an Olaf. We're going to watch Bjerg versus PoE. Similar to last week when it was Jensen versus PoE. We have a storied matchup here that's been around for like many, many years now. At least many, many splits. Bjerg and Power of Evil. Power of Evil, formerly coached by Bjergsen when Bjerg was retired last year for TSM. TSM versus 100 Thieves. TSM 3-6, 100 Thieves 6-3, 19th in the power rankings. TSM beat FlyQuest last week. CLG would lose to 100 Thieves. Week 1, day 1 was last time they played. 100 Thieves won. FBI went 5-0-6. Instinct versus FPI is what I want to see. Instinct last week played a fabulous game against FlyQuest. I believe getting a pentakill, like, that's just massive for his confidence, and a win is massive for them. FBI and Huhi are one of those bot lanes that you have to respect, so it's going to be a good test for Instinct and Chime in bot. EG versus CLG. EG 10th in the power rankings, 8-1. CLG 5-4. EG beat TL. CLG lost to 100 Thieves. Week 2, day 2, CLG won. Contracts went 7-4-8. Inspired versus Contracts is what we want to watch. Obviously, with them winning and giving EG their only loss, Inspired's going to want to answer the bell and not allow that to happen again. So I expect Inspired to actually gap Contracts. If I had to be honest. Golden Guardians and FlyQuest to finish out our day, because the LCS loves to put a game that we all want to watch as the last game. They just love doing that. So Golden Guardians and FlyQuest. Golden Guardians beat Dig. FlyQuest lost to TSM. On opening day, FlyQuest won. Takui went 7-0-1. Let's watch a Blaze Olive and Takui duke it out at 9:30 at night. How about that? Takui obviously deserves a lot better than what I just kind of way I just spoke. He's been pretty solid. Done better than Blue this at least more noticeably better than Blue. I mean, when we look at Blue's numbers, at least from spring, he was very, very good. So I don't know what his numbers look like at the second, but Takui is getting kills. He's doing work. FlyQuest are 5-4, and I could see them being 6-4 by the end of tomorrow. I really could. So that's it for my roundup and sneak peek for today. Thank you for watching. If this video was absolutely awful to watch because of the brightness, I apologize. It's just kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to do these videos at this hour on Saturdays, pretty much. Fridays. Like I said, the Discord link is in the description if you want to go there and hang out. We BS all the time about League and things like that. If you want to go to the Patreon link, you can do that as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope you come back for more content.